Hello and welcome back to Stranded Deep, welcome back to the map editor, and welcome back to this island we are creating. We are on the Steam version of the game, the PC version of the game, and if you're joining us at this intermediate stage, the controls are W to go forward, S to go back, A to go left, D to go right, Q to go down, E to go up. You push and hold the right mouse button and that pans everything around. But wait, there's more. Of course there's more. There's always more. If we go to structures, grab plane rack. Well, we can see, we get down on it. R rotates, T transforms, C clones, delete, deletes, and if you have something selected and press F, that focuses. Something smaller, well, you're getting a little closer. Occasionally I'll hit that button and not know why the camera is suddenly zoomed out to the edge of the map. We'll delete the aeroplane, yes please. And there are a few other things that you need to know. Well, let's just go through them. If we hit up the terrain, we have the three brushes. We have smooth, set, and raise and lower height. The mouse slider is always inherited between three brushes, so keep an eye on that. Always put it down to the bottom when you're done with a particular brush, because you might be going around smoothing the edges of an island and then go, you know what? With the mouse slider cranked all the way up, you know what? I'm just going to hit lower and I'm going to left mouse click, and suddenly you've got a hole all the way to Australia, or if you're in Australia, all the way to the United Kingdom. And at that point you'll be sad because there's no undo, so you have to reload your map from a previous save. So that mouse slider, crank it down, get into that as a habit. The last thing is that the more objects you have on a map, on an island, the more weird your camera is going to behave. Out at sea, the camera is smooth, it has constant velocity, but every time you get close to an object, the camera slows down and down and down until it looks like you have lag going on. We're going at the same speed, holding the same button down, and we're going incredibly slow. At some point, it might even, there you go, start juddering around. That's not lag, that's just the way the camera interacts with objects. With that out of the way, why do you cover that at the beginning of every map making episode? Because some people will join at this stage having never seen a previous episode and wonder what the controls are. It's easy to go through all of these things for them rather than just say go and watch the first episode like a little gremlin. Anyway, what we did last episode was go down into the cave, and we have made the water deeper, hopefully deep enough to swim in. We have corrected all of the little bits and pieces that were jutting out, so this walkway is now embedded in the rock. We have fixed things like the bush that was over here that was kind of poking out of the ground. The geometry was pretty obvious. I think everything's been fixed, which is nice. The forest, which runs over the top, is looking pretty good, but I don't want to focus on this episode. I don't want to even focus on the aeroplane, although we do need to come back and do some more with this, because it's just kind of sat there out in the middle of nowhere. It's fine, but it just looks a little bit, you know, it just does. So we can do something with that later on. What I want to focus on is this area here, this area of sand, and it's a sad area of sand because, as you can probably tell, or you might be able to tell, the sand is very geometric. It's very lumpy bumpy, and there's nothing we can do about that. We can go to terrain and we can hit the smooth height. We can select a nice big brush and we can crank the amount all the way up, and we can left click and hold and just brush over this area, and it smooths things down. It goes from Transport Tycoon Deluxe to Unreal Engine 5. Look at that. Oh, beautiful. If I save and come back, all of those polygons are going to be back again, because this is the PC version of the game, and the PC version of the game got broken in 1.0 on launch. It was fine before launch. Why did they change it? I genuinely don't know. The PC version needs some love. The PC version needs a little bit of just a little kiss, just a little kiss. Why? Well, draw distance could be upped significantly. The stuff over there, there's no reason why it has to turn into sprites this far away. It could still be polygons. And yes, the sand. Oh, the sand. But the question was put forward. Why do I build a house? Well, here's the thing. You could build a house in this area here. What? On the water? Are you insane? Yes, but the sort of insanity that builds a cave through the middle of an island in Stranded Deep. But, yeah, you could build a house out here into the estuary, that's not a problem. A stilt house would work quite well. You could build one over here. You could build a massive mansion over here, over this water. A bridge house, maybe. I mean, you're given an island, you get creative. But I guess we need an area that can be used for building and farming and stuff, but also looks pretty. And that's what this is going to be, hopefully. We're going to throw rocks and trees and stuff around here. And that's definitely something that we're going to do because we're not going to leave that alone. Anyway, let's smooth the height. Even though the tool is kind of broken, it's not great. We can just keep smoothing and then we can save and come back again and just see what the game has come up with. It's just something we're going to have to live with. Unless there is an update for the PC version, which there hasn't been for a long time. How long? Since the Clone Wars. It's really weird. Anyway, we got the train. This amount sliders all the way up. Crank it down because we don't want to cause problems for ourselves. There's some wet sand over here. We could probably use that for something. I think we make this lumpy bumpy on purpose. We have some trees, maybe a bit of metal. I mean, we have a thing going on over here. We're building. We've got a radar station. I don't really want this side of the island just to become all the mechanized stuff, but let's just start popping stuff in. There are some things you've got to be aware of. Yeah, if we put big rocks everywhere, you can't build over a big rock. Foundations will not go on a big rock. Shoreline rocks, however, absolutely. Yeah, you can have shoreline rocks, and that's a thing where you can absolutely have buildings just pop over the top. But shoreline rock 1, never pull this out. Never let go if you do pull it out, because you can't select it again once it is down. That is a rock that you will never be able to fix. Also, I'm going to put these on the inside of the island, mostly because if you're sailing in being chased by sharks, you don't want a bunch of rocks and stuff in the way. You want a nice smooth beach to crash your raft onto. Get off and panic, which is one of my favourite things to do. Is it though? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I guess so. Panic? Oh, yeah, no, that's... Oh, gosh, yes. I tend to panic, especially at night when you turn the lights off to go to bed. I'm just like, how was there a big bang if there wasn't time before the beginning of the universe? And then it all kind of gets weird from there. Ficus tree 2. I do like the ficus trees. I think we're going to have some ficus trees around here anyway. So let's do this. Let's do a little rotate. Because we can't just have a big old empty area. That's just silly. Put it down in the ground. Move it around because there's not too many objects. Even though there's not too many objects. Even though I was just about to say there's not too many objects. It's probably not going to jump onto another object. Yeah, it just snaps onto this. And we may never know why. I don't know. I don't know. That looks a little better. Looks a little nicer. Does it though? Yeah, well, we have all of this stuff over here, and the further you get away from it, the lower the poly models get. So we need trees between this and the other side of the island. We can't just have big open areas of nothing. So we need trees to be able to mask stuff off. I'm not popping them in because I like greenery, although I do. I really do. We are doing it because if we don't, yeah, stuff gets weird. Let's do this. And I also want these two trees not to look the same, even though they're exact same model. So we can pull them slightly further out the ground. We can tilt them, rotate them, do anything you want. Just don't just keep pulling stuff at the ground, out of the toolbox and not rotating it, because that'd be bad. Also, the other thing we can do is terrain objects, so we don't have anything selected. We can throw in a little ficus tree next to it. I want a little ficus tree next to you, and then I'll do that, and then I do that, and then I do that. Okay, I'm just wondering at what point it stops working, but there we go. I got a little bit more, and we can just bend that over. Yeah, there it goes. There it goes. Can I select the same tree? I can. I guess if there's no models touching these 3 points, then we can kind of keep playing with this ad infinitum. What does that mean? It means infinitely. Just checking the other side, make sure that doesn't just poke through the other side, but now we have a nice big bushy tree that is a different look to the one that's over there, even though it's the exact same model. What? Oh, it's the camera skirting along the ground. I think that's the problem. We don't want to add too much stuff in into the map. We have a bunch of stuff over there. These static models are okay. Physics items are going to be a problem. If you put a load of physics items in your world, that slows things down considerably. Like ridiculously considerably. And things like if you put 1,000,000 crabs on your island, goodbye frame rate. So that's a fun one. Goodbye frame rate. Anyway, yeah, train objects, we got nothing selected. I think we can do something with this ridge. It's a nice ridge. I like it, but we can do something with it. So we're just sort of dancing around this area of the island. Oh, let's create the amount slider. And then again, we're just having to smooth stuff back. We'll smooth it back until it kind of looks right, or it doesn't. What if it doesn't look right? Then we have to do something else. That's what we do. Mount slider down, raise, small brush, please. And I'm just gonna pull it out. Pull out the sand. Yeah, you can hear me clicking like a mad person, but I just want a little bit of sand out here, please. Now, it's a big old island, and you can tell that because we are right on the edge, right on the edge of the abyss. Like that's the bottom of the world. If you throw something off here, it's either going to land there or it's going to land here and probably despawn. That's a fun thing. So why are you doing this here? Oh. Because I just don't like this kind of curve to a beach. It's not a good look. The amount slider needs to come up a bit. Yeah, we're in smooth sand mode. Yeah, you can have coves. I like coves, but when you've got like bows for a beach, it looks a little bit weird unless you do something with it. And that's not too, I mean, it's a bit lumpy bumpy, but not too bad over there. So we'll do the same thing that we've been doing over here with the shoreline rocks. You use shoreline rocks specifically to allow people to build, huh? Well, not specifically, but you know. In a manner of speaking. What manner of speaking is that? English? Oh, alright, cool. Yeah, more ficus, please. Oh. Ficus true. There we go. Down a thing. Now, which way do we want this to be? We can have that so it's like that, or we can do a little rotate. It's probably better to get a rotate going. You know what? Let's clone that. Transform. We're on... What are we on? That detective is the right question. Okay. We're just making a super tree because what I don't want it to look quite like... There we go. Like that, it's just a mirrored tree. The left and the right look identical, and that's weird. Just your brain is picking that up as, that's a little bit strange. That's pattern recognition. That's why you don't just drag stuff out of the toolbox and not rotate it. That, however, is just different enough to, there you go. I mean, it is. It's two of the identical tree just smushed side by side, but that looks different enough that your brain's not immediately... Oh, so we've got the nice branch that curves over the beach. We've also got some foliage that goes out over the sea, which is kind of neat. And it also gives you the idea that if you land here, there's going to be rocks. It's a bit of a problem. But wait, there's more. Yes, this little bow out here now has some rocks and a reason to exist. I just like the idea of having like a natural coastline. I don't like the idea of... just stuff existing for the sake of existing, I guess. As I take another shoreline rock and slap that in. I think what we might need to do is... Because this is very straight along here, and I don't like that. It's too not right. Got raised, the amount slider is down. Let's pull that out. Just gently tease that out. There we go. Clicking like a mad person. Let's hit lower. That's better. Is it though? I mean, I'm gonna go with yeah. I'm gonna play with this until it looks right. And that's basically what you can do. Push that back. On there. Alright, yep. So I'm on these curves, these nice looping curves. We will crank that up and we will smooth along here, which will change the geometry of the terrain anyway. Smoothing underwater as well. Yeah, why not? Right, so instead of a big old straight line, that's now a nice big old curve. Objects, we can grab another shoreline rock, and I will put that deliberately into the water, which is what I've done over there. So some of it is underwater, some of it is above water. Doing the same thing? Oh yeah, dog, I'm doing the same thing. Of course I'm going to do the same thing. Why would I not? These ficus trees got to do work. I mean, we don't have many trees left. We've used all the pines over there. We will put palms in later on. But that's kind of like a last pass thing. So ficus tree 2. And then do the same thing, drop it down just a little bit closer. What does it look like? It kind of looks fine. Yeah, it's fine. Alright. Okay, now let's go here. Is there something interesting we can do? Let's go to structures and let's see if there's anything we can just throw in here. C4, boom! Alright, good. Ripped the area that you were going to build in, I guess. I kind of like it though. You know? We haven't used sea forts in a while. I don't even know if they are supposed to work anymore. Ooh, not that one maybe. Yeah, there's always an issue with the sea forts. You never know if other people are going to be able to use them. I've had problems with them before. You can only rotate them, and you can only slide them, which is kind of neat. So what I'll do is I'll dump this into here, which means if it don't work, it's not a problem. There we go. We got a little vault going on there. Nice. So we got this here, which means the big old area actually has a bit more interest going on. So you got that over there, you got the little building thing, and you got this. I'm not entirely sure about this bit of wreck. Maybe we'll replace that with something. I'm not entirely sure, but that's fine. Do we want to leave this as open as it is? This is huge, this area. Like, to give you an idea of how big it is, let's not have any selected. Let's go and grab a boat. Shipwreck 3A, that's, oh yeah, that's bugged. Shipwreck 2A. It's huge. This area is absolutely monstrous, and we know that this area on the back of this boat is the width of a 4x4 raft. Player-made 4x4 raft. So yeah, you can get 2 4x4 rafts. So you can get like an 8x8 raft sat in this area. It's ridiculous. Too big. Too big, too open, too bleh. So maybe something here? I think so, yeah. We've got this nice sort of green that goes down. So I think, let's head up objects. Yeah, I think this shipwreck behind me needs to go. We need to be able to do something with that. We got a bunch of shelters, which is fine. None of that. I'm gonna go grab some rocks. Well, that was unfortunate. I don't want to do that. Go away. Go away, or I will taunt you a second time. Yeah, what do we do with this? Huh. I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to get rid of it. Go. Be gone. Right, let's do something with some rocks. There we go. Oh, I've got a better idea. Oh, a better idea, because we've got this kind of very steep slope here. Terrain objects, so we don't have anything selected. But wait. Is there more? There's more! Let's replace it with a bit of cliff. There we are. That's better. That feels a bit better. That kind of covers that steep bit of terrain without actually needing to do anything with it. So it looks steep because there's a big old bit of rock there. But now it's kind of a straight line here and a straight line there, and it's yeah, we can break that up in a minute. That's not a problem. Terrain objects. Okay, we could put more cliff in, I guess, but I think big rocks are the way to go here. What we'll do is we will rotate. No. I want the blue. Give me the blue. What are you talking about? The blue. I want the blue. Oh. Right. And we'll clone that. Grab the green. Rotate it. And do basically what we've done kind of over there. And make a little wedge. And then we'll fill up with dirt. Why? It's because it's a thing to do, isn't it? Is it though? Yeah. Oh, trust me. I mean, everyone's getting rocks and filling them with dirt these days. Like who? Farmers? Farmers' mums? What? Yeah, don't worry about it. I'm just looking at the width of the beach here. I don't want to make it too narrow. And the width of the beach here. So we've got a nice big open area there. It's not a... It kind of pains me having an open area, but I mean, I guess if people want to build stuff, then cool. Doopy-doo. Terrain, isn't it? I'm afraid so. Raise. Mount slider down, because otherwise that'll be the sadness. And what we'll do is we'll raise it up. There we go. Just a little bit raised up, using the rock as a guide. So it can be raised up between the bits of rock. And then the rock adds some steepness to it, but some like realistic steepness, I think is basically what we're going for here. And then have this bigger brush would be nice. There we go. Oh, wonderful. There we go. That's a bit better. I just want some raised up terrain. I don't want it to look too even, so I'm just using a very low amount. I'll crank it off the stop a little bit. You don't go too high because eventually that will just like I'll just run away from you. There we go. And then we can smooth that back a bit. Nice to good. Can I get a bit more smoothing, please? I want a bit more smoothing with my cereal. What are you talking about? I know, it's been a long day. Alright, cool. Alright. Objects. Yeah, throw in another little rock. Just to make it look a little different to one side to the other. Because we've got two identical things from the toolbox. I just want this one to look a little different. There we go. There we go, terrain objects, sun's gone in. Interestingly, the sun is not actually affected by the volumetric clouds. It just does that, the light does that. I don't know if there's an option to make it not do that. That would be quite nice, actually. Yeah, why, what was that noise? That was me trying to think if it would be quite nice. If that's something I would actually want. Yeah, possibly. Okay, we could put a monster tree here. We could put two trees here. I think two trees is probably a better option. Because then we can go that. And have that little archway. I do like the branch arches, the little tree arches. Good, that looks Quite nice. 3 trees, so it's not like you don't have a line of trees. Nice. Terrain objects, we ain't got nothing selected. Oh, we've got to put in some allocations and things. I think we do, yes. That would be very, very welcome. Nice big bit of greenery there. But let me just push the camera under the terrain. So a smaller allocation here. Let's give it a little like tweak, a little transform, a little rotate so the leaves aren't actually clipped obviously through the rock. Yeah, nice. Same thing over here. Maybe a little nana plant. Okay, cool. So adding some like foliage to the area, I guess. None still selected, so let's unselect that. There's a sermon, yeah, the sermon with the flower. Ooh, yeah, that's quite nice. And then rotate that a little bit. Okay, cool. So we got some plants. I'm just going around the area, just adding plants, essentially. That might be okay. I think do these have vines on them, or do the big trees have? I think the big trees have vines on them. Yeah, I think there's some extra texture to the cook pines. Salmon with a nice big flower on it. It's quite good. It's clipped into the tree. Plants tend to go upright, but you know what, that's fine. So we've got different textures, but nice big plants. Don't really want to put, I mean, kind of want to leave the area open, but also have like, we got to come back because we got to check the geometry of the terrain once we've saved. But that is still a huge area if you want to build a farm or whatever. Yeah, we can check that. We can check it. We can do that. How are we going to do that? Shipwrecks 2A. I mean, that's bloody massive. Ooh, that's huge. Yeah, I mean, that's a vast, you could put a mansion in there. And if you wanted to, you could build out into the sea. Right, cool. Well, that's a nice big area that people could do stuff with, but we're going to put stuff over here now. Gotta be dumb. Gotta be dumb. Alright, objects. Rocks. Yeah. I think it does look better though. Just to have just some stuff. And we're going to put palm trees and things in a later date. Basically what we'll do is put all the trees in and then go around the outside like the Buffalo Girls putting the palm trees in. Palm trees, rocks, all the things like that. But for the time being, this needs a little bit of TLC. A little bit of TLC. How are you going to do that? TLC was no scrubs, right? Yes, it was. Why am I answering my own question? Yeah, TLC was no scrubs. Okay, let's do a bit of rock there. Nice chunky bit of rock. And a tree. What are you gonna put in there? I'm thinking probably ficus. There's a little ficus. Oh, a big ficus. There we go. Oh, big ficus. Now left or right of that rock. I don't think it matters too much, you know? Let's do that. And then... I might be alright. I might be alright the way it is. Or alternatively... that could be better. Because this is essentially a path that goes up. It is a path. It is. What we could do is also put another rock in and just something along this side so it guides you up there. Or even guides you down. No. Slightly smaller Big Rock. Big Rock 5? Have we used Big Rock 5 yet? I don't know. Yeah, that's nice. That feels nice. And then we could put a tree sort of, yeah, on the opposite side. Although we got a little gateway there, and I'm not entirely sure I like that. The rocks just lined up as they are. That's fine. Trees, come to me. I need the ficus. Give me the ficus. Oh, hello. You're the ficus. I've ordered a ficus tree, you see. Right. Yeah. Let's lay that on the rock as sort of comfortably as we can. And then nice. Good. Which has a little arch, or kind of a larger archway that goes up to the top, and then a smaller archway that goes along the beach. But it kind of disguises the fact that this is a tiny little nubbin of beach, because we are essentially, on the, right on the abyss. There is, if you drop something there, it's gone. Ooh, that's how big this island is. It's enormous. It's so big. Anyway, plants, little plants. Terrain objects so we don't have anything selected and accidentally move something as we're getting something out of the toolbox. Yeah, throw a little aloe in there. Even if you pick the aloe, little flower, you still have the spiky bits, which is kind of neat. Salmon, salmon in there. So drop that down to the ground. I don't think the leaf clipping there is actually too much of a bother. We could put something here just to take some of the grey out. We put aloe there. Well, why don't we... Salmon again? No, we could put a big allocation there. Yeah, why don't we do that? We've done it. Hooray! Everyone rejoiced. Did they? I imagine they would. Okay, cool. Right. Well, we have a sand dune area, which is left largely open for building and stuff. I'm sure we could put something there in terms of objects. It's just, I don't like the way it's still kind of open. And I can see the geometry that's going to eventually form here, but there's nothing we can do about it. But yeah, it is essentially a big old open area. I suppose if we keep the area next to the bridge and we do something with this area later on, because this sand dune needs to have something done to it, then this is going to be fine. Yeah, I think this is about as much as we can do. I think this is about as much as we can do for the time being. Good. So we have considered an area for the player to build a house, build farms, do stuff that's going to just, like, if they want to live on the island, they can absolutely do that. But at the same time, I'm not going to have an area that isn't at least partially decorated. Good. Well, if you like this, definitely leave a little like, leave a subscribe if you've got to this point in the video. I mean, if you haven't subscribed and you're getting to these points in the video, what are you doing? If you want notifications, dingle the bingle. If you don't want notifications, don't click the bell. And I'll tell you what, I'll catch you next time.